Paris Saint-Germain versus Newcastle. Now, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if Paris Saint-Germain does not win this match. I won't be surprised because PSG, they've not been in wonderful form. They lost their last Champions League match to Sporting CP 2-1, right? They lost a match to Paris FC in the Cup. So Paris Saint-Germain they've not been great. In their last 5 matches, they've won only 2. They drew to Marseille, lost to Paris FC, won to Lille, lost to Sporting CP, then won 1-0 to Auxerre. So this match is not a match that you can straightforwardly say Paris Saint-Germain to win. But based on the quality of their squad and the quality of Newcastle squad and the fact that they are playing at home, I feel like they are favorites to win. But I'm expecting that Newcastle is going to give them a very, very strong fight. I know that Newcastle will not want to play in the playoffs. And they know that if they don't win this match, there's a high chance that they're going to play in the playoffs. And playing in the playoffs might mean that they might get knocked out of the Champions League early. I know that Newcastle want to see if they can get to the quarterfinals or even the semi-finals of the Champions League. I believe that they didn't come to the Champions League to just, get knocked out in the group phase or get knocked out in the playoffs. Now that I've gotten to this point, this match is going to be a very, very hot battle. I feel like this is going to be the strongest match, of the night. Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle is going to be very, very tough. It might end in a draw. It might end in a draw. But I see both teams scoring in this game. My prayer is that it actually ends in a draw. Because if it ends in a draw, it's going to favor Barcelona. But let's see what's going to happen in today's match. Let's see how Paris Saint-Germain is going to set up against Newcastle. Let's see how Newcastle is going to set up against Paris Saint-Germain. I expect Paris Saint-Germain to dominate possession, while Newcastle tries to contain and counter-attack. And Newcastle is a very, very dangerous team to play. When they are playing on the counter, they are very dangerous, right? They are very, very solid. Defensively, they are very, very solid, and they have a very, very physical midfield. So physicality is a very, very strong point for them. I feel like in terms of physicality, they are stronger than the Paris Saint-Germain players. Paris Saint-Germain players are more technical than the Newcastle players. So it's going to be a match of technicality versus physicality. It's going to be similar to what we saw between Barcelona and Newcastle earlier on. Anyways, let's see what's going to happen. My hope and my prediction is that the match is going to end in a draw.